Alright guys, so today we are looking at a new wireless doorbell camera for the house, for wherever you want to put it, really. And this one's by a company called Meco? The Verde. It sounds fancy. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it sounds fancy. And right now, this is actually only coming in, and I'm on the Amazon Canada website at $119. That's kind of regular price, but with a $10 coupon at time of filming this. So that's actually pretty good. So this is the doorbell camera wireless Meco 1080p video doorbell camera wireless doorbell with Chime, etc., etc. IP65 waterproof, that's important. 166 degree wide angle two-way audio. Currently 234 ratings, which is pretty good, 4.5 stars. So I'm okay with that. Big reason that we are trying one of these today is a couple things. We had bought a different wireless one previously, which we actually had all kinds of issues trying to set up, so we returned it. This one though says that if you look here, which I like, 2-minute quick setup, so I'm down for that. I don't think it's necessarily 2 minutes, but you get what's going on here. This should be easy. And what I also like about it is that this one, unlike the one we had tried before, has 2 ways to actually have it mount to the wall, I guess. So you can screw it in through actual screws to actually screw it into like the door frame or the wall, or it just adheres with 3M sticky tape, which is what we're going to be doing. This is actually going to be going into our backyard, so it's going to go just to the side of the patio door so that we can see anything going on back there. As we just recently had our windows all replaced in our house, so they actually had to take out the doorbell that was there because they had to do some work on the frame, so our doorbell's gone. So this is a great little replacement for a fairly budget price, in my opinion, as long as it works. So we're going to take a look at what comes in the box. I'm going to set it up and we're going to see how it works. Coming up. Alright guys, so here it is, Meco Verde. I say that with a little flair. Maybe just be Verde. I don't know. Smart home video doorbell, local and cloud recording. Now this is the other thing that's really cool with this, because not all of them do this, but it comes with 32 gigs pre-installed. So that's great. You don't have to buy anything else right there. You're good to go. Super nice. And it does have the ability to have a cloud service if you want to subscribe to that down the road if you so choose. On this side right here, we're looking at wireless, 6700 milliamp battery, which is fantastic. That should give you a lot of time. 166 degree view angle, weatherproof, night vision, low power consumption. Micro SD card, again, it comes with a 32 but does support up to 128 gigs. Full duplex, motion detection, 1080p recording. And down here, a couple more specs if you guys are interested, and their technical support. This is the way you guys can contact them if you need to. We hope you don't need to, but if you do, there you go. Ready to rock and roll. So we're gonna open this right now, and we're gonna put on the table everything that comes in the box. So here it comes, ready? So number one, we get the little door chime. This is the chime, which is cool. Again, no wiring is needed for this. We're just gonna stick it on the wall. It's gonna connect to this. This connects via a USB, so this is gonna get plugged into, well, a USB charging brick somehow, whatever you have. I have an actual charging brick over here, which I'm just using for upstairs to get it set up. And this you just plug in, or plug into like an adapter that plugs into the wall, and you can put that wherever you want. So that's cool. We get, this is important, a manual. Manuals are important because we need to know how to set it up. So this is going to have, for one, the QR codes to download the application. If you're using iOS or if you're using Android, it tells you how to set up the actual doorbell, and a quick rundown of the actual application, which is cool. Again, it uses the app called Cloud Edge, I believe. So nice though, it's big. It's a big manual, which I'm really happy with, because we see so many of these come out and the manuals are so small and you can't read them. And this is a nice change, and it shows you everything from what comes in the box to how to set it up. So make sure you keep this handy, because you're probably gonna want to use it. So that's excellent. You also get a box here with all your little tools and things that you're needed. So what comes in it? Number one, this. I don't even know what that is. It's something. You get your little sticky tapes if you choose to do it with the 3M stickers, which is what I'm going to be using. You have the door anchors with screws if you decide to go that route. So if you want to mount it that way. You get, I always say this is a SIM removal tool, but it is just a tool that I believe they use for if you need to hit the reset button, which is cool. And this is going to be the locking screw, so that's nice as well. Lastly, there's more in here. You get a micro USB to USB, which is good. That's what you're going to use to charge the camera. And last but not least, you're going to get the 2 tools that you need. So you get a little tiny screwdriver and a little tiny Allen wrench. So this one is going to be for you and I to use for the screws. It's a screwdriver, you get it. But this one is gonna be for this screw here, because this is the like security screw. So this is the one that mounts the camera doorbell into its mount. Its bracket, its holder, its home, if you so choose to call it that, which I think you should. And then last but not least, and I've actually taken some of the plastic off it already, you get the actual doorbell. So here you go, this is a doorbell. It comes with normally some plastic on it so that it's protected in the box. This is what it mounts to. This of course can come out of the mount, and we're gonna put this up on the wall. You'll see here 2 little slots. This is where you can actually put your 3M sticker, right like that, if you're gonna use that, which is what we're gonna be using. So I'm gonna download the app right now on my phone, and I'm gonna get the camera all ready, and then we're gonna try to pair it, right? Because it's kind of important. All right, I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay guys, so that was really easy. Just so you guys know, there is this little piece here that is on the back of the camera, which is stopping the batteries from discharging while it's in the box. So you have to kind of unscrew it to get that out, but it's super easy. Then you have that one security screw. So this one is done with this. So this is what you're gonna put it in there. And it makes it so that you and I have this piece mounted all the time. And when we wanna pull the camera out to bring it in to charge or to grab the SD card or whatever, we just pull that out, which is nice. Now on the bottom here, we will see this is our charger. So you'll have that micro USB right there. Again, the 32 gig is already in there. Just make sure that is always sealed up because waterproof, right? We need to make sure rain's not gonna hurt it. We do have this little tiny flap. It's kind of a ledge around it. Now that's gonna help with a little bit of the waterproofing as well. So if there's direct rain coming on it, it should help it there. But it will also help as sort of like a sun shield or sun hood so that we don't get any sun hitting it directly, which can help with things like lens flare. Nice, it's little added touches, bonuses that I think are gonna be really cool. All right, so now we got everything. We're gonna move all this stuff away. I think the only 2 pieces you and I really need right now is the Chime and the camera itself. And I have my phone, so we got this over here. And we've downloaded the app, and we're gonna just make sure that this isn't gonna go to sleep on us. And here it is, Cloud Edge. Now I believe I have an account with them because again, I think I've used this before. So just give me a sec, I'm gonna log in. You guys don't necessarily need to see any of that. We'll cross our fingers because that'll speed up the process a lot. Looks like golden, my friend. And it does say that there was a camera, which I don't actually have set up right now, but that's okay. Now the one thing to remember as well is that you and I need to be on a 2.4 gigahertz network, which I am, so that's really good. Back to Cloud Edge. And we are going to hit this little plus button. And we are going to select a device. So we're going to select doorbell.
Please power on the device.
Power on. Okay, next.
Press the bell button and tap next. Please reset the device by holding the reset button for 5 seconds. Wait for the indicator light to flash red.
But it is flashing. So I'm going to say that it's flashing already. So we're going to hit next to see.
Select the Wi-Fi network you want to sync with.
Okay.
Choose a 2.4G network. Then enter your network password.
I'm with you. So you guys don't get to see this. We're going to put my password in. Hopefully I get it right.
Please remove the protective film from your camera lens.
Done.
Tap next to show your QR code.
To the
Then
camera.
hold the code in front of the camera lens at a distance of 5 to 8 inches.
bloop bloop. That's handy. I think that works. We got a little bloop bloop. Next.
Connecting. Please wait a moment.
This went blue, so that's excellent. Change color. We always like it when it changes color. We can change its name, so we're gonna edit this and we're gonna call it Backyard Doorbell. Okay, done. And there it is. Look at that. That's handy. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna stop this. We're gonna click on this and we're gonna turn the volume off because we don't need to see that. We're going to go downstairs now and we're going to actually mount this. You guys will come with me. I'm gonna put on my cool little FPV camera like this. Hey, and we'll go mount it downstairs and we'll be back and we'll see how this works. All right, let's go downstairs. Okay, before I actually go down there, I figured I would set up this chime because I think that's kind of important. So I'm gonna plug this in to here. See if this works. Okay, that's good, that's good. I got a blue little light there. And when we look at the manual, it says, supply power to the chime, good. Click the reset button on the wireless chime only once and you will see the LED indicator flashing blue. All right, so let's do that. Yeah, and then hit this. Everything's dinging. You got this dinging, that's dinging, everything's dinging. I think that's good. So that's super simple. Reset, hit the bell, we're good. Make sure they're close. All right, now I'm gonna go downstairs. Let's do this. All right, guys, so just pardon the mess in the backyard. We're currently in the midst of doing all kinds of home reno stuff, so just kind of ignore that. But there's our new windows. Those are looking good. So we're gonna take this, I think, and because this kind of has this divot in it, we're gonna kind of mount it like that. And I think that'll give a good view of the whole backyard. So we're gonna take the sticky tape, and this is, or should be, super simple to do. All we're gonna do is feed that right there. Excellent, part one. You guys can see that. We're trying to get out in the sun a bit more. Same thing here. This one's just going on the bottom. Get that lined up nice. Cool. And then peel the stick off. The stick. Alright, I think we got it. There we go. And then this, just find where you want it. I'm going to put it up fairly high. So I'm going to stick it to something. Don't necessarily stick it here. I tried to stick it here, but this is really wet. So that's not great. I'm going to stick it onto this. We're going to put it right here. Nice and high. Alright, just gotta stick it on there. I think that's good. That should, because you want to be able to give it some pressure. So stick it on there, it just kind of moves, so it doesn't stick well. So we're gonna put it right there. I think that should be good. I think. And we're gonna go upstairs and try it out. Alright, so I think the number one thing we should try to make sure is that this works. So we have my phone here. Inside the chime is pretty close. We're going to see if this pops up. Ready? This ding, that's dinging. And if I tap that, oh, backyard doorbell, we have a visitor. Let's answer the call. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of delay. That's okay. Alright, so that seems to be working, which is good. And I'm going to go upstairs, and we're going to try just not using the intercom, but actually just checking out to see how well it actually functions as just a camera. Alright, let's go upstairs. Alright guys, so you can see we're back up in the room, and a few things just to kind of be aware of. When you are looking at a wireless doorbell, for instance, this is probably a device that for most of us is probably on the furthest outskirts of our wireless network. So just kind of be aware of that when you're looking at setting this up. Right now you'll actually see on my phone right here, my Wi-Fi is sitting at about 44% strength where the doorbell is. And that's because of my own Wi-Fi. It's just really far where the router is from where the doorbell is, down to 42%. So it kind of goes up and down. So just kind of be aware of that. It may be something that you want to find a Wi-Fi repeater or something like that if you're having any kind of issues with this. Not a fault of the actual doorbell, more of an issue with yours and my Wi-Fi in the house. So just kind of be aware of that. Anyway, this is the app. Here it is. You can see right now, 45%. It's fluctuating from 42 to 45. Image quality, actually nothing wrong with it. I'm quite happy with it. If you spin it on its side, you will see it in its full, which is looking great. You and I have the ability to record, take a photo, mute for talking, mute for hearing, and SD or HD. So that's kind of nice. You'll also see the battery indicator in the top right hand corner, as well as the date and time. Now the date and time, it does seem to pull from your phone when it synchronizes, which is also fantastic because you and I don't have to do anything like that. We have a live, history, and cloud. Live, of course, is seeing exactly what's happening in front of the camera right now. History is going to be able to see any kind of movement that has been recorded to the SD card. So anything that's moved in front of the camera. And cloud, of course, is if we have the cloud service set up and any recordings that have been uploaded to that service. We do again have the ability when it's not in full screen mode to take a screenshot, intercom, record, and have that motion detection. 3 little dots in the very top up here are going to allow you and I to go into the settings. So you will see that it has that ability again to rename it if we want to. Would you like notifications? Of course we would, because this is a doorbell. We need to know if somebody's hitting it. Device share. This can also be really important for a lot of us that want to share this camera with other users. Myself, I'll be using this to share with my wife so she can have it on her phone. Device information, just so you can see it, what network it's attached to, the strength, the ID, your IP address, MAC, time zone, etc. Basic functions. Do you want night vision to be automatic? Do you want to be able to set it, turn it off? Speaker volume, leave a message. So if you actually came in here, you could actually record a message that would play on the actual doorbell. So I think that's actually kind of cool. You can change the wireless chime, and of course, power management. So not a lot of cool little features in there for you and I if you want. Alarm settings, just so you guys can see, motion detection. You can go in and play with how sensitive it's going to be. And what I also like here is alarm only when people appear. So maybe I don't want it to be showing when just leaves are moving. So I could set this to high, for instance, and then only detect when people are, and which is what I have on. You can also set an alarm plan, which means that these features, this detect, only happens during certain times. So I only want them to happen between this time in the day and this time during the day. Or I'm gonna leave it off and it can detect all the time, which is actually really good. Coming back here, we'll have SD card. So this is gonna show how much is available on your SD card. Now my thoughts is that this is going to work very much like a dash cam in your car, where it'll automatically just overwrite old files. The bigger a card we put in there, of course, the longer it'll have, but it shouldn't be something you and I need to format as far as I know. Cloud storage, again, this is somewhere that if you have it, it'll show up here. If not, you do get 7 free days. Outside of that, it is a paid service if you want that. Now, be aware, cloud services for this kind of stuff can be really useful, because in this instance, where I have my camera, the SD card is in there. So if somebody came and wanted to rip that off the actual door frame and take the camera, they take the SD card with them. So they get both. So it's not overly useful. Having cloud service means that that's going to be uploaded and stored somewhere else, which means I'll still be able to see actually who did that, which is kind of nice. Last but not least, device version. My thoughts would be that if there is a firmware update, this would be where it would show. Is that actually what happens? I don't know. I have no idea. But that's my guess. And you can delete the device if you don't want it anymore and want to reset it, which again would be using all those little reset buttons. And this is something I would like to see them be able to change. One of the things inside here is inside device information. You'll see it has my network. But if I want to change it to a different network, let's say I get a Wi-Fi repeater or something like that, as far as I know, I have to actually reset everything and do it from scratch again. It would be nice to be able to come in here and just say, you know what, just change networks. I think that would be a nice add-on. I don't know if that's something easy for them to change, but I'd like to be able to see them be able to be like, nope, let's change it to a different network. down the road. Especially if you were to move or get a new router or switch, a lot of times our network names change, right? So right now I think we'd have to reset all the devices and kind of set it back up again. Big deal? Not really, but anything that makes it easier I think is cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave you there. I think the quality that comes out of this actually quite good. Again, you guys can kind of see it right here if it connects. This is my backyard. Again, kind of a mess, just ignore. But that's it. Quality is fine. Easily going to be seeable for who's out there. If you're having issues like I am a little bit right now, where you are seeing that it's buffering for a long time, or maybe not even connected, or getting a low Wi-Fi, that's an issue you and I are going to have to remedy with our own internal network. So just kind of be aware of that. So we're back, we're connected. Took a little bit of time, but it is what it is. I'm going to leave you there. Rambling, and it's hot in here. I'm going to leave links down below to this camera because I do think it's cool. I am going to have to charge it because I'm running low on juice. And that's it. Links down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And we'll see you next video. Probably tomorrow, maybe. I think so. Later, my friends.